Hello and welcome to week 14 in behavior management, and we are winding down. We only have 2 topics left, and I've actually moved chapter 18 into next week. So we're just doing chapter 17 this week, which is essentially learning about how to evaluate the plan, what went right and what went wrong, and being able to identify the different pieces. Now, as we have been constructing these plans and learning how to do them, including the plan that you've done for your own personal change, we've been learning about each component, and we can evaluate the effectiveness of the plan by evaluating the effectiveness of each one of those components. So, for instance, we asked the question, how did it work? We're measuring behavior, so what percentage increase or decrease in behavior did we see over time? Calculating that numeric statistic to say, I had a 60% increase in my exercise routine. Therefore, did that meet my goal? Did that not meet my goal? Then we can look at other components of the plan. Were there let's say, in terms of prevention, were there barriers that you encountered that were like, oh, okay, this is a serious barrier to this plan. I need to reschedule it, or I have to figure out this new way to do the plan because, the reward that I had lined up wasn't available, or something like that. We look at the antecedents. Were those effective? We look at the behavior descriptions. Were they accurate enough so that you can actually track the behavior? Did they meet those tests, the dead man test and the stranger test? And then finally, evaluating the reward system, how effective that was. Was it enough that you would be motivated to work toward that? And was it too complex? Behavior plans are easiest when they're simple. And so it's sort of to evaluate all that. Now the stuff that we're talking about in this chapter 17, right before we end the class with chapter 18, where we actually make a departure from behavior management and we go into human performance engineering, this component is included in your final report for your personal behavior change project that you've been conducting, I hope, this semester. So in your action, this content is reflected in part of the requirements for that paper, which is to evaluate your plan. So these 2 things go together. What you're learning about in chapter 17 directly applies to the expectations in your final project. So please get in touch with me if you have any questions about all this, and I look forward to seeing you in the discussion boards, and have a great week.